Hello RC fans, I'm Lila Tracy, the RC chick, and today I have this something super exciting for you guys. So this is going to be the brand new Kabolite K5702 dump truck. So this is an electric dump truck, 6x6, and not like the other K501 that was a 4x4, but this is a 6x6. So let's jump into all the details and everything you need to know before you get one. So the K5702 6x6 dump truck actually comes fully assembled and painted in one of either two colors. So we do have this metallic gray color for the gray version, and then over here we have the orange cabin version with some bits of gray. So this gray on this cabin is actually not going to be the same as the one on this one. But over here, when you look closer to the orange color, it's going to also appear slightly like metallic colors. So if you look closely, if you have it in real life, if you can see, you guys can check it out. And for the entire length of the truck over here, it's going to be almost 60 centimeters, but I would say around 58, 59. And the length of the bucket, the dumper in the back, that's going to be 38 centimeters. So the depth of the bucket on the K5702 is going to be around 7 centimeters. The width of the cabin is going to be around 18 centimeters. And the height from ground clearance all the way up to the top, that's going to be 25, 26 centimeters. Now coming over to the details of the cabin, so it does come with these protectors, so they're going to be able to protect your front, so you can actually glue them in once you get it with you at home. And of course on the top over here you do have the K label, that's for Kabolite, so they always like making their trucks this way. The entire cabin is going to be plastic, and of course you get a sun visor with 2 LEDs in them and 2 on top air horns, simulation air horns, that when you receive it you actually have to glue it in once you have it. Now coming over to the side of the cabin on the K5702, so we do have some mobile side mirrors on the side. There is more details like the mirror over here, and of course simulation filter over here. We also have the axles, so they're going to be plastic with the tires, so this part is going to be plastic for the wheel hub. And inside, of course, inside the cabin, that's going to be your driving wheel as well as some seats, and the speaker is going to be connected on the top of the cabin. Now coming over to more details, we do have this toolbox, storage box on the side, so this is also going to be a plastic piece. Over here we do have some metal tanks, that's going to be some decorative parts and some wheel stoppers. These are going to be rubber, so you can easily use them, they work pretty well. And of course coming over to the back, we do have some dual rear wheel axles, both of them are also plastic in this side, so none of these axles on this truck are going to be metal. But coming over to the top, the fenders are also going to be plastic parts. So you can hear this part, plastic part, as well as inside over here. But once you look at the chassis rails that we have over here, the chassis rails are actually going to be some metal parts. Now over here on the inside, you're going to see this part that's going to be the suspension for the chassis. It's also going to be a metal part. Now over here in the back, we do have our rear lights in a lampshade, so these are going to be metal parts for more details. And of course, we do have a rear towing hook over here for the dumper, and this bumper in the back, that's going to be a full metal piece. Now coming over to the other side, you're going to see we do have a decorative oil tank part over here. So this doesn't actually work, it's a plastic piece, but it is encased in these metal parts, so that's what it sits on. We also do have this part, another decorative part, plastic part, and another tank over here. And then for the bucket itself, we do have a metal base right here. So this part is going to be metal, but the sides are going to be plastic, so you cannot even hear much about it. But this part, metal part, and then coming over to this part, we do have a metal ladder as well for more detailing right over here. So the truck comes with this Fly Sky controller. So first turn it on, since we're going to check out how it works. And then over here, you're going to need to go under the cabin. First, unlock it. This is going to be your battery compartment. It's a part that holds your battery. So that's going to be an XT60 connector that we're going to use for this truck, and this is going to be your power switch. So all you have to do is flip it and then it's going to turn on. And now for the controls, SWD over here, that's going to be your light switch. So there are no modes on this one. It's just on and off for the front headlights and of course the rear. And then you do of course have steering with indicator lights. And then for the sound system, so we do have SWC over here, push up and come back down. So you also have volume control on VRA. So this is the maximum. We normally just keep it at medium. And of course, push down, we do have the beep sound as well. So this truck actually has 2-speed transmission, but before that, I'll show you guys the rear lights. So you can see we do have rear lights as well, brake lights, reversing lights, bright white, and of course we do have some steering lights as well. Whoa. So it moves pretty fast, pretty nimble and pretty easy. And of course for the dump truck, it does use an actuator. So that's going to be your right joystick. So push down. So this is an electric dump truck. And you can see our chassis rails over here. So these are going to be metal parts. This is our actuator that we have over here. This is also some metal parts that we have. So right here, we do have the motor for the electric actuator that we have here. So that's the motor. And now, of course, we do have 2-speed transmission on this one. That's going to be SWA. You first have to drive slowly and then flip the switch. You can actually hear the gears change. So now we are in low speed. So this is low speed. Whoa, I almost crashed right over there. And then for high speed, you're going to do the same, start off slow and then switch. Then now we're in high speed. Whoa, I'm so afraid of crashing, so I'm not going to drive too fast for you guys. Ooh. Now taking a look under the chassis of the K5702, so we do have of course the dual rear wheel axles, but of course these axles are going to be encased in this plastic part, so these parts are going to be plastic all the way through. And of course we do have our transfer case over here also encased in plastic, but for the drive shafts they're going to be metal drive shafts. And of course, we do not have a differential lock on this truck, so no differential lock, and of course it has a good price. Alright guys, so what do you guys think about the new Kabolite 6x6 electric dump truck? And of course, it's good and budget friendly for anyone that wants a 6x6. So if you guys want to grab one, of course, contact me, Lulu Tracy from Toucan Hobby, and I'll help you guys out with the best price. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!